Not only did it not work, it had very negative ramifications on the Native American population society. My project was actually an artifact that I was asked to put together for an education class I took, in Dr. Alvarez's education class. And she had asked us to pick an aspect of the history of education and create a visual representation of it. And I had always known about Indian boarding schools and the injustice and how a whole generation of Native American children were ripped out of their culture to be assimilated into American society. I decided to do a timeline on a deer hide of the Indian education system. So I honed it in and did the boarding schools. And it was more of an awareness piece for this generation to know what did happen to these Native American children, how they were forced to leave their families, how they were forced to give up their language, their clothing, their culture, their religion. They were punished if they exhibited any of their culture in the attempt to assimilate them into American society. This is not just a historical tidbit that happened at the beginning of the 1900s. This continued on into the 1960s, and people don't realize that the children that came out of these schools, they had lost a big chunk of their culture. You can't help but have some empathy for these children. It was when Dr. Alvarez saw my project, she asked me to preserve it for Scholar Days. She really was the encouragement. It was her idea to save it and present it today. She is a great encourager. She encourages all her students to succeed, and she pushes us, which is great. That's why I love Dr. Alvarez. I, for a long time, have wanted to work on receiving my teaching certification. Adams State has been wonderful. It's convenient. The staff are very caring. They encourage, and I would recommend Adams State to anyone looking for a place to return to school.